Hey guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to our channel. Today I am joined by a special guest and we are going to be discussing eating disorders in men. This is Josh. This is a topic that I've actually thought about discussing before, but obviously I am female, so it probably would not have been very good for me to be the one discussing this.
Yes. Basically, eating disorders in men is not really a topic too commonly discussed. It's not really taken too seriously.
There's a big stigma around males and eating disorders. It's not seen as the norm. Eating disorders are more common among women. Often males are afraid to speak up about it because of this, because it's not the norm. And so what we're trying to do here today is let everyone know that no matter your gender, it is okay to talk about eating disorders and you should talk about it.
I was definitely scared of talking about it. I didn't think it was quite normal. None of my friends really understood what it was like, so I felt kind of weird having it.
In the grand scheme of things, everyone with an eating disorder is kind of in the same boat and suffering from the same thing. And just because we experience it differently doesn't mean that one person's eating disorder is more or less serious than another person's eating disorder. It's less socially acceptable and normal for men to have these kinds of struggles. And that's very backwards because we're all human beings in the end and we all struggle with things. When did you first notice that something wasn't right?
Definitely when I started probably night shift. I started connecting much more value to my, in terms of how much I was worth to my weight and how I looked, and I had to feel, I could only feel satisfied with myself if I got a certain amount of activity in a day. Kind of like wanted to escape life's troubles. We all go through similar experiences.
The actual number of male sufferers is much higher than what the research shows. 1 of 3 women feel insecure about their bodies.
1 of 6 men feel insecure about their bodies. Boys and men are being targeted more so often in the media right now by social expectations or like magazines, ads, TV shows.
Gosh, what has it been like for you to be in treatment that mostly is made up of groups of women?
So yeah, I was an inpatient for a few months in this eating disorders program, and I definitely did not feel, I was lucky enough to not feel isolated. I didn't feel left out ever. I was always included. So I was grateful for that. It was definitely different being the only guy there. I was definitely accepted, and you shouldn't definitely not be afraid of feeling isolated.
Speaking as somebody who's been in treatment with you,
yeah.
As a female, like I've never felt weird about having a male as part of our treatment group. Like, what prompted you to seek help, and what was it like for you?
I think it was when I started noticing it affecting my family. I kind of was like, okay, I need to get a control on this. When I started seeing this more serious medical complications, like I couldn't walk, heart problems, not being able to function properly. So I think that's what kind of motivated me. It took a lot of pressure from my parents. I guess when it comes to physically noticing when something is wrong in males, it's not as common, or it's not as recognized, I guess, in public, because men usually turn to bodybuilding or muscle building as a symptom, or more likely to turn to exercise because of the ideal body image kind of for men. So it's less prominent physically, but people could still be suffering it and still be doing that in an unhealthy way. No matter who you are, like if you're a guy, girl, you're all deserving of help, and I think that you should not be afraid just because you're gendered.
From a female's perspective, I think I can speak for most females, especially those with eating disorders. There's nothing wrong with males getting help. Males, females, no matter what gender you identify as, you should get help if you are struggling. And it's okay to be afraid to ask for help, but in the end, it is crucial that you ask for help because you are worthy of recovering from this. Nobody deserves to be suffering in silence It's so silly that an illness is put into a box based on gender. I wouldn't say that somebody with diabetes isn't taken seriously because they're male or female. The same goes for mental illness, any mental illness. Men suffer the same way that women suffer. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out our other channel. Huge thank you to you, Josh. And remember that no matter what gender you are, no matter what age you are, no matter what culture you're from, you are worthy of recovery and you are worthy of support.
In the end, if you're a guy going through this, if you're watching this, don't be afraid to seek help.